Alrighty, it's time. Oh, time for a slumber party. Which, listen, I'll be honest with you, I didn't have that many of growing up, so this is really cool for me. Hello, hello, hello. It is 10 p.m. here, Central Standard Time. If it is a different time for you, drop it in the chat. I would love to know. Tanya's here. I'm so excited. It's been a long time coming. We have a special guest. She cannot resist whenever I'm trying to work being right in front of the action. Ian's here too. Man, it's going to be a great slumber party. If I could get this one to stay away, but she's going to turn around and immediately come back. See? I think the last time she laid perfectly here on my desk, so she's going to be difficult to get rid of. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I've done that before. Much to her displeasure. Please stop. If I do that, she'll go away. Oh, I bet you gave her a terrible fright. Looks like Donna dropped by earlier to send her well wishes. Thank you, Donna, in from the future or the past. Mateo made it! Yay! Oh my god. I know you can't probably hear her, but she's purring so loud right now, too. I'm going to excuse her from the premises. Because she will literally not stop. So yes, good morning. Good morning for those of you. It's the morning. Good evening or / good night for those of you. It's nighttime. We've got Tanya. We've got Ian, and Mateo was able to make it. So yes, it is a bookshelf curtain. I bought it specifically for the aesthetic. So, and I use it as a filming space. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with them. Hello, hello, hello. Let me know in the comments what you guys are working on. I am still laboring with love over draft 2 of Seekers of Empyrean. Yeah, Ian, I am not gonna lie to you. I am feeling the same. I worked a full shift today, and my whole house is getting sick. My son was sick earlier this week, and it's starting to run through, so my throat's a little sore. But we're gonna truck on. We're gonna see how much we can get done. We're gonna do our best. Mateo's working on Act 3 of YA middle grade urban fantasy. Oh, excitement. I am also working on an urban fantasy that also features a Hispanic main character, so I'm excited about that. So, yes. Thank you, Tanya. I hope not. I usually have a really good immune system, but over the last couple of years, it seems to hit me first. So, fingers crossed, because I have got to get some work done. My goal originally was to try and get 12,000 words this week, and I fear I have only gotten 2,000 before today. So, actually less than that. So, I have quite a lot of wood to chop, but probably more than I can handle. But we'll see. That's why we're doing this. So we're going to get started in just a few minutes. Tanya is working on waking up. Fair enough. I have a caffeinated beverage to keep me awake for the near future. And I'll try and think of some more about my... Ooh, Mermaid and Pirates. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I feel like we as a society need more mermaid and pirate stories. So anyway, oh, let me get this. Otherwise it'll be irritating. Okay, so yeah, we were oh my gosh, now the Discord's popping off. I know for a fact that it'll distract me, so I'm closing it. Sometimes the world building is the most fun part, and sometimes it's like the most tedious part. So I had a similar feeling when I was working on developing the magic system for this world. I got like halfway through it and I was like, that's enough. And then it came up in the draft and I was like, oh no, I actually have to work out the details. Yeah. Yeah. So and the most frustrating thing about my magic system is like I have like a built-in excuse to not flesh it out, but I also feel like it's the most interesting part of the world, so I need to flesh it out. So yes, me too. I am like it's modern day, it's the US, it's like real world settings. Like my character is from like a suburb of an actual city. And I did that on purpose because I did not have the energy to custom build an entire world. But the magic system again was the only interesting thing about it. So like I need to put detail into it, otherwise I am in trouble. So all right. Well, I think we're going to get started here at 10 past. Just so we can get a couple of good sprints in because like again, this is for productivity for me. I need to get on top of my words quickly. So my magic system is based on physical movement. Think like a martial art, and the physical movement itself casts the spell. So there's like the specific placement of your feet determines like what element you're casting, and the way you move your hands determines what it does, kinds of things. My character, like the special thing about my character is that she is one of the rare people on earth that doesn't actually need to do the physical movement, which is the built-in excuse to not develop the magic system. But again, like everyone else does, so I feel like it needs to be explained in more detail. So that's been like there are potentially thousands of different combinations of movement, which is why I was like, I got to that point and I was like, it's too much, and I stopped developing it. So I recently got to a point in a draft where I was like, okay, I at least need to come up with certain rules, if not the specific movements. And it's been a ride for sure. It's been a ride. So yeah, absolutely. And like having quicker reflexes, being able to respond more quickly, so that you can get a spell off quickly if like an offensive spell is coming in. Yes, I'm really excited. I keep like it's gonna look so cool. Well, I say it's gonna appear in front of me, but it would look so cool. I just imagine like almost like a Dragon Ball Z kind of thing, except more movement and less energy beams. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. So yes, I that's why I'm trying to put as many, but also like not bogging it down with too many rules because then I feel like it'll get boring. So I'm trying to weigh that balance. So anyway, yep, that's what I got going, and I just finished the chapter recently where we finished up the magic system explainer, and it was a trial. It took me quite a while to get there. So does anyone have any fuel? I've got a caffeinated beverage. Does anyone else got any writer fuel? I'm going to need that. Alrighty. Well, it is 10 after, so if it's cool with anybody, H2O, that's probably what I should be drinking, but if I don't have some caffeine, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to go ahead and get started on a sprint. You don't need to be writing, but I'm certainly going to be writing. I have written, I think, 4 words before sitting down here today. So nice, 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 nice. That's probably a good idea. It takes me at least 10 minutes to get out of bed after I wake up, so fair enough. So, all right, let's go ahead and get writing. I'm going to do a 30-minute sprint, and we'll check in after. All right. Okay. And with that, good luck, people. Okay, that was our first 30-minute sprint, and it was a good one for me. I had to do a little thinking through it, but I got through it in the end. Um, yeah, how did everybody do? I got a big 621. Oh, Miley dropped by. Hey, Miley, I'm so excited that you're here. If you're still here, that was 10 minutes ago, but hi. Yeah, I had a good sprint. 621. I did. Tanya got as far as the stretching. Well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. At 5 a.m., that's more than I could do. I'm not a morning person, which is why we're doing the late night slumber party. Mateo got 107 words again. Sweet. There are times when that's all I can do. I felt that, especially kind of in the middle there. I kind of got stuck for a minute, but worked my way through it. All right. Ian, working on a Friday? Listen, I was working yesterday at 7 o'clock, so I get it. Sometimes duty calls, unfortunately. Although mine wasn't that bad yesterday, I just had to drive up to a restaurant and pay for a seminar our team was putting on. So I got to eat. That was nice. So does anyone want to share? Well, I guess if it's just me and Mateo writing, then maybe not sharing lines, but yeah. That's right. See, that's the other thing about the Friday night sprints is that we can stay up as late. Well, at least I can stay up as late as I want, and it's not going to hurt me much. You don't ask me to do this on like a Tuesday. My day job is not going to be excited about that. And that's what I'm going to do. When we're done, I'm going to stretch, get in bed, sleep in. It'll be swell. I'm really excited about it. So, yeah. Yeah, I will share a line if Mateo wants to share a line. Let's see. Here's a line that's a whole paragraph, but it's really recent, and I thought it was kind of funny. It says, "This answer is both so nonsensical as to be utterly useless, and so far from the realm of what Arceli was expecting that it actually pisses her off even more, and she is about to tell Ming so, at top volume, in fact, when she is cut off by the sound of the door opening so hard it bounces off the opposite wall." So that's my line. It's pretty close to the end of where I finished off. Yeah, she's in the middle of a training sequence, and it's not going well for her. And I would love to hear a line as well. I'm always excited about hearing from people's projects. This is actually my favorite part when other people do streams, is when we all get to talk about the lines that we wrote. So share away. Share your favorite line. Share the last line you wrote. Share the first line you wrote. I will take it all. All right. So Mateo says, "I gasped for air, but all I breathed in was smoke. I coughed wildly on the ground. I looked over. Oh, I'm going to pronounce that wrong. I'm just going to warn you right now. I looked over at the Alanrihe again. Visible cracks glowed brightly. Alabrihe? Despite living in Texas, my Spanish is abysmal." Let's see. So I'm curious. You piqued my interest. Yes, got it. Living in Texas did me some good. Not a lot, to be fair, but some. Ian says, "There was very little talking beyond what was required to effect the transfer, putting every investigator on edge." The tension. I like it. I like it. So, oh man, I almost wanted to keep going after the sprint was over because I'm literally like 2 sentences away from finishing a chapter, and like the next chapter is like the pinch point for act 2, or the first pinch point, and I'm like, I've been looking forward to getting to it because it's brand new. This is brand new for the draft. It didn't exist in the first draft, so it's I'm really excited. So the next sprint is going to be really fun for me. A la Brie Hayes are little clay wooden figurines made next to. Oh, okay. I got you. I'm tracking now. I've got kids. I don't always watch what they're watching, but I can absorb through osmosis. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna Google to make sure I'm thinking of the right things, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm tracking what you're putting down. Well, cool. Your project sounds pretty dope. Not gonna lie, I love it. I love urban fantasy, especially. Obviously, I'm writing one, so I'm excited. Whew. So let's see. So I'm at 6:25 for the day. I still need to write so much more. I need to write so much more if I want to get to my word count total for the day, but I'm in a good spot, so I think that I can. All right. I know most of the time people do questions. Does anyone have any questions before we get started with the next sprint? Urban fantasy. Yes. So I have been trying to get my kids to read Rick Riordan for years. It's been a little bit of a struggle. My older 2 were not really interested, but my youngest is much more of a reader, and she's 10, so she's just about there where I think I could start convincing her to pick them up. I've got the books upstairs. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for her to be able to kind of read some of the longer ones. I believe that is 42. That is my answer for everything, Ian. 42. Introducing the Kane Chronicles. All right. I'm going to write that down. Because anything to get them reading more. Okay. Well, do we want to do another sprint? I do. I'm excited about where I'm at in the draft. Do we want to keep going? Or do we want to chit-chat a little bit more? Slumber party. I got pillows. We can have a pillow fight. But it'll probably just end up with me ruining my laptop. Another sprint. Yep. That's the one. The answer to everything, life, the universe, and everything. That another book series I tried to get my kids to read and failed. Although my son, I got closest with when I told him about So Long and Thanks for All the Fish. So close to getting him, but no cigar. Yes, I'm just truly, it is truly like I've got a bookshelf back here of books that I think my middle child will like a lot, but they're all just a little bit too old for her, a little bit too advanced. Like on the older YA side, she's 13. And I'm just like, soon. All right. Oh, Mateo wants to know what superpower would you want in real life? I would like teleportation because I hate driving. I hate commuting so much. I don't like it. I don't like being in my car. I don't like road trips. I do not like going to my job, although that may be for other reasons. I don't like anything. If it's more than 15 minutes, I don't like being in my car. So definitely teleportation. I do not anything that'll cut car time out. And I think it's because I did a lot of road tripping when I was a kid. My parents were divorced, and so anytime I went to visit my dad, it was a 7-hour drive, and so we did that several times a year. And I'm to the point where I can do long road trips, but actually, funnily enough, it's the shorter commutes, like the ones to my old office where it was a 45-minute drive just to get to work. That made me crazy. Yep. Yep, for sure. Okay, well, let us get started with another sprint. I think we could do another half hour. If that's okay with everybody, I'd like to smash out another sprint and see if I can get closer to my 2,000 word goal for the day. Right. Let's see. Alrighty, guys. Let's do another half hour sprint, and I'll check in with you guys then. All right, another really great sprint over here on my end. I got, if I can do math, because I foolishly did not reset my counter. Again, I did 625, so almost the exact same as last time. Yeah, another good sprint. How is everyone holding up after that second 30? Oh, we've got a new friend. Hello, Gwenna. Thanks for stopping by. We are having just a grand old time over here. We've done 2 sprints so far, and I don't know about everybody else, but for me, it's going swell. Let's see. Going back through the chat. Tanya would say that her answer is flying for the question about superpowers. Like to manipulate time as well. Cool. Hello, Gwenna. Thank you for stopping by. I am working on my second draft of my urban fantasy, Seekers of Empyrean. I am hitting a good stride at the moment after taking a pretty long break. DeLorean. 6 a.m. Let's see. Yep, that is let me do the spiel since I haven't done it in a while. It is my Monster of the Week inspired urban fantasy about a young woman with a rare magical ability who is recruited by a secret government agency to hunt down and stop a growing threat to the magical community. And I just got to the first pinch point, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited because it's brand new to this draft, and I'm just really excited to write it. Yes, urban fantasy. I'm really jazzed about it. I am really leaning into the Monster of the Week inspiration, like kind of episodic, but also the like the secret government agency part is also really important. So I'm watching a lot of X-Files and a lot of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for inspiration. That's the goal. I actually have enough plot for 9 books. I don't know if I'll ever get there, but I have enough plot for 9 books. Yes. Yeah. Well, actually they're earrings, Miley. Although I'm picking up what you're putting down. But I'm a dangler. I do like the dangles. Let's see. Mateo got 77 words. That's pretty good. 270. Really good for 15 minutes. That's dang good. Well done. And Gwenna is second draft restructuring book 2, Arthurian series. Sweet. Excited about that. Yeah. So welcome in everybody who came in during the last sprint. We're going to do a warm down sprint here in a little bit just to kind of send us off into the good night. But for now, yeah. Do we want to do another round of lines? I don't know that I have nearly as good a one as we did last time. Yeah, none of this sounds good. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited about it. And I have crested over 45,000 words total in the draft. So super jazzed. Mateo, lay it on me. I'd love to see it because I didn't come up with anything good here. Yes, Gwenna, let's share lines. I'm excited. I was saying earlier that this is one of my favorite parts of the sprints when I attend everyone else's. I love to hear what people are coming up with. Dangly is the spirit. I know. All right, let's see. Mateo's line was, I glanced up to see Don Judas's foot. You can tell I'm coming to the end of my tether. Foot inches away from my face. I rolled out of the way, barely avoiding the nearby flame. Look at you. Pathetic, Don Judas spat. You stain my floor with your filth. He tried to kick me again, but I rolled out of the way. You are just delaying the inevitable, boy. You are going to die here, alone, surrounded by nothing but my flames and the ashes of your legacy. Yeah! That's a good villain speech right there. I assume it's a villain speech. Oh, that's good stuff. I love it. I love the tension. Yeah, I don't have let's see. Here's one I can possibly read. My line is, the man's eyes slide to Arceli with a mixture of fascination, which she has come to expect from the people around here, and distaste, which she is used to from back home. So that's mine. Let's see. All right, Gwen has got a line for us too. Let's see. Saliva flushed her mouth as she took steadying breath. She counted the veins of the leaves that stuck to her skirts. Maple and oak, blackroot and pine. Inhale, exhale. Count, count, count. Like the plum blossoms of the glade. Get lost in the numbers until you find yourself and start again. She started again. The anxiety subsided with the shaking. That's good stuff. I love that. That's I love the counting and the centering of oneself and the brief, like, second person line. Yep, that's good. Yep. Yep. All right, we've got another line from Ian too. He walked over, being careful not to step in anything that could be evidence, although most of the chunky spills appeared to have originated from the Coast Guards themselves. Oh. Alrighty. Are the Coast Guards blowing chunks, or are they in chunks themselves? I have a suspicion of which one it is. I don't know that, like, if Coast Guards get seasick, I don't know that they would make very good Coast Guards, but that's just my opinion. Let's see. Oh. Almost out of brain fuel, which is probably a good thing if I want to sleep at all tonight. Yeah, I agree. That's good. It's very, like, evocative. It's very sensory and evocative. You can, like, feel the character's, like, anxiety in the it's very, very, like, evocative, and it just pulls you right in. Therapy sessions coming in real handy. Yep. It was a heck of a crime scene. Yeah, I imagine so, with chunks of Coast Guards potentially all over the place. I'm fascinated and a little grossed out. Just what you expect from an Ian book, I think. Well, do we have any more questions that we want to address? I think we covered superpowers last time. Gwenna, drop what superpower you would have if you could choose. Tanya went with time manipulation or flying. I am a big teleportation girly because I hate commuting. Uh, my girl, my girl. Oh, all right. Thanks for coming, Miley. Really appreciate it. Hope to do more of these in the future. Little slumber parties. I am a night owl, and it's nice to have some of our late night friends and friends from across the pond join us. So thank you for dropping by. Oh. All right. See, now that's fair. That's fair right there. Because let me tell you, I was just talking about this today too. Like, exercise, like, I have a hard enough time finding the time to exercise as it is, but then you add on the fact that I don't really wanna do it in the first place, and it's just like, it's impossible to find time for something you really don't wanna do. So, yeah, that's a good one. I would love to not have to do that. Man, that's a good one. Alright, um well, I am coming up on, I think, the end of my brain power. So, what I would like to do is do like a short warm down sprint, like maybe 15 minutes, um, to kind of send us off into the good night. Um, unless anyone has a better idea, I think that's what I would like to do. So here's the thing, Mateo, about this is am I when I, as many of us were, was a voracious reader as a kid, and I actually had kind of a built-in superpower to never need a bookmark. I could just find my place pretty easily, and I'm still like that. I do use them now, but it's it's something that I've always kind of just had the innate ability to do, to just find my space where I was pretty quickly without a bookmark. So, I would definitely not use a bookmark because, if you are telling me, so I reread, my favorite book of all time is, of course, Pride and Prejudice. I reread it probably every 9 months, and if you're telling me that I can't reread my favorite book, we're gonna have problems. But yeah, so definitely ditching the bookmarks, definitely in that regard. Looks like Tanya agrees. That's true. That's audiobooks don't require bookmarks. That's useful. Uh, dog ear. Oh, we've got a dog ear person here. Yeah. Listen, I am coming around to the annotating. I'm coming around to it. My whole thing has been, since I've been an adult, it's been really hard for me to maintain a physical collection. Just, I was married to someone in the military, so lots of moving and then just lots of, spates of financial insecurity. So having like a physical library is actually a really new thing for me. And so it has been a I like annotating. I just use the stickers instead of the actual markings, but I'm coming around to it. I could be persuaded. I could be persuaded to start writing in my books. But I mean, listen, the other thing about the whole dog ear annotating, cracking the spines debate is that it's your book, right? It's not disrespectful to the book to love it, which ostensibly is what you're doing. You're loving it. You're imparting yourself onto it by, leaving marks on it, either by the dog earring or the whatever. So, um, I I think it's a like a very beloved way to treat your books. That's so cute. I love that. I love that you annotate and then let them, does she, like, read them and then make her own annotations in them as well? Because, like, I've heard of people doing that, and I think that's so cute to, like, pick up a book and be like, this is what my loved one found significant, or this is what my friend thought was interesting, or this is something that I wouldn't have thought of, but they did. So that's that's really cute, and that's also really impressive. That's really impressive. I don't even know that I have enough room in my house for that many books. I've got 3 bookshelves, but they're not all full. Oh no. Oh no. Oh well. Each to his own, right? Oh man, that's funny. So then the question becomes, do you purposefully leave like things that you know will irritate her more, like pointing out tropes that you know she hates, like, oh look, that would be what I would do. Uh, a new bookmark for every book. Wow, that's a fun little tradition. It kind of makes it again like a more personalized experience. I see that. I totally get that. I am like okay, so this is going to sound really tangential, but I promise it's semi-related. I use a different deck of tarot for each book that I'm writing. And so every time I start a new book, I go out and I find a matching deck that I feel like matches the vibe. So I totally get that, like, when you're immersed in something, you like you want everything even remotely related to it to feel like it shares the same vibe. I totally get that. And on the other end of the spectrum, we've got Ian who will just use anything, which I also totally respect. Like, I've seen readers use like leaves, receipts, candy wrappers, which whatever you need to do. I think if I'm gonna get if my options are candy wrapper or nothing, I would probably go with nothing just because I would fear like I would get gunk all over it. Let's see. I typically leave my learning notes on the back pages, general takeaways. Oh no. Yeah, I learned really quickly to not take recommendations from like my cousin because we have vastly different tastes. I read 2 and I was like, "Oh no, we are not gonna like the same kinds of books." So now whenever I see her saying, "Oh, I love this one," I'm like, "Okay, I'll put that on my do not read list because it will not be for me." Uh, that's so funny. All right, y'all. Well, I let's do a warm down sprint, shall we? Let's call it 15 minutes. I would love to get a little bit deeper into the scene. I'm nowhere near my my 2000 for the day. But I'm pretty pleased. I'm up to 1200. So, pretty pleased with a couple of half-hour sprints. So, um oh, no. Oh, Mateo, that's evil. That's evil because I'll tell you what, I'm the kind of person where if I find out a character dies, I might not finish reading it. Like not necessarily because I'm attached to the character, just because like it's such a shock that like I did that with Game of Thrones. I was accidentally spoiled for the end of the first season of Game of Thrones while I was reading the first book, and I found out about the death at the end of the first season, and I never went back and read it. So, oh, that's so funny. All right, let's sprint, y'all. Let's sprint so we can end this slumber party with a little bang, shall we? We'll do a little 15-minute and then we'll come back and wrap up and we'll chat shortly. All righty. That will just about do it for sprints. How did everyone do? I am feeling pretty good. It was, what did I end up with? I ended up with 284, which I'm happy with for a 15-minute sprint, and the fact that I had to do some research on North Carolina because I know nothing about that part of the States. Mateo got 131. Ian made it all the way to the end. Well done. Excited for you. Excited for me. I'm glad to have you here this whole time. Mateo loves his chapter that he's working on. I am also loving the chapter I'm working on. I really kind of want to push through and see if I can get 2,000 words since I'm only 500 words short. But I'm going to free you guys into the ether before I do that. Gwenna got 277. Awesome. Again, for a 15-minute sprint. That is incredible. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming. It is so good to meet you. I have been lurking in the Discord because I, turns out, am actually really shy in a group setting. But I'm excited always to make new writer friends. And I also am someone who benefits greatly from body doubling. So I do plan to do more of these Friday night sprints. Friday nights are just the best nights that work out for me. So for any of us who like to write on Friday nights instead of going out like normal people, that is what I am here for. So again, thank you everyone for coming. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you guys keeping me company and all of the motivation. And yeah, I look forward to doing it again. My name is Carrie. You are on my channel. And we will see each other next time. Thank you, Ian, for coming again. Thank you, Gwenna, and thank you, Tanya, and thank you, Mateo, and thank you, Miley, and everyone else who came. And we will we'll catch you guys on the next stream. Good night.